YouTube, welcome back. Master Chef. All right, here's this trash episode, trash series, trash content creator. Here we go. All right, so I've missed 2 weeks here. This is, I think, the fruit one, and I think there's the slop one directly after. So this is a double whammy episode. I was pretty sick last week, so I didn't really want to do the react because I was still kind of recovering mentally as well, not just physically. So let's get into this. Let's see how many times I got. Can I go fourth twice in a row?
Okay, so I can't even do the super heavily edited ending portion
Is he recording from the fridge?
of this because of what I just saw. So we're just
Is that a real dog?
Iceman thing. You're going to be in my cabinet. This one was almost
This is like a plush like teddy bear basically, right?
impossible to judge.
Or is that
and
dog just
apparently
sitting
was also
really still?
impossible to build for. We had 4 different chefs. 3 of them followed the prompt. 2 of them did like the exact same thing.
Wait, is that
so
an
I'm gonna
image?
do this in a little bit of a wonky order, so I'm sorry, Dyer, in advance. We're gonna start off with 3rd place, which honestly the top
what?
3 decks are really, really hard to rank. So I'm gonna have to say this with extremely heavy heart.
Dog.
3rd place
Why is there a
goes
dog
to
on the wall?
Gage.
I thought this
While
was like
I love the
a bench
creativity
thing
of
that he
the
was sitting
deck,
on.
The puns were on point, and also I like the concept of the zombie with the pumpkin and
The puns, by the way. So puns are good now. Puns are good now. They weren't funny on episode 1, but puns are good. Now puns are good. When Gage does puns, they're cool and epic. When I do puns, they're cringe and bad. Remember, puns are good now. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. And don't worry, I know for a fact that someone is typing up a storm in the comment section. Farfa, but that wasn't part of the prompt. Part of the prompt was the witchcrafter girls, etc. You did follow that. Oh, no, don't worry. I'll explain that in a second, okay? It's very different. Anyway.
tomatoes, all very, very good. And on top of
You're
that,
still hitting
you
on
did
episode 1, ain't no
also
way. I know,
happen to
I can't get
fruity
over,
elements,
like, how
which
dumb
knew
this series is.
really
I
every
cannot.
single one you would go for. But I would just have loved to see it come together just a little bit more. Really creative. I like the idea. I just think that other decks that you're...
It's just Eldritch with trap cards and food puns. I'm crashing out this already. Eldritch with food puns, really creative.
Other chefs also happen to do the concept just a little bit better. In 2nd place, I'm going to be giving this one to Joseph, aka MBT.
Oh wow, I
Joseph,
got my
your deck, I
first
thought, was
place.
one that
Let's
was
go.
both very much following the literal prompt of fruit and the naturias, but also combining the artwork with the Melfies.
Okay, so his idea was that the Melfi boss monster has a lot of fruit in the artwork. Okay.
And maybe a little
Okay.
bit of a sneaky shenanigans with pebbles, which a little bit of a stretch, but I can forgive
I don't know
it
what
just
that
because
means.
of
What is
the
pebbles? Like, I
interesting
still
way that
don't
you
get that. Is it?
incorporated
Am I
the
too
fruit
British to know what the hell that
into
is?
your strategy, while also making it a cohesive deck. I love myself
Awesome.
a cohesive
All right.
strategy.
First
In
place,
your
baby.
number 1 slot, I'm
Woo!
going to be giving it to none other
Farfa!
than the man, the myth, the legend.
That's me.
DZ, Doug Z, Lisan Al Gaib. This is not going to come to a shock to anyone that's watched the episode.
Sorry, we put constructed exosister with puns in first place. This is a joke, right? Have I upset Swolax in some shape or form? This is exosister, just constructed exosister with all of the staples: Returnia, Michaela, Marfa, and we've just put in some fruit and that's the joke. That's great. Honest, just constructed deck with
Episode, yes, literally just constructed exosisters. However, they were roommates.
Wait, well, he got look. It's literally just constructed exosister. However, go give me the however. I gotta hear this explanation.
Watch the episode. Yes, literally just constructed exosisters.
Mm-hmm.
However, they were roommates. The incorporation of the Eldlik.
What did he say? They're roommates?
Literally just constructed exosisters. However, they were roommates. The incorporation
They're roomies? What is that word?
of the Eldlik art inside the deck, along with actual fruit cards, the fruit of
Lesbians?
Kazaki's labor, as
Well,
well.
yeah, I get
Bingo,
it. Sure.
Kuro,
Haha,
and
gay.
Of course, the low-hanging
That's
fruit,
it?
if you will, of putting MBT inside the deck. This deck has layers to it. This fruit salad has layers, and you are definitely right. I can't vote against the LGBT.
They were
And
roommates.
that means in last place, we're going to talk about that now, is Farfa. Yeah, haha, Farfa always gets 4th. However, why did you move off of pumpkin tier? I was so excited.
Yeah, I should have played that pumpkin tier deck. I don't know why I let chat talk me out of that. That would have been insane. Because we're allowed to just play constructed decks, right? Like, constructed decks are good. If you just play like a constructed... If I just play tier element that just mills pumpkin, brings it back, and attacks with it, that's funny. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
To watch you build pumpkin tier element, and then you just 180'd around.
Now, I will say that before anyone gets mad about me getting mad, let's crash out together. I deserved 4th in this episode, okay? My deck was really cool conceptually. I just didn't pull it off because it was a very difficult combo. Like, that plant is not easy to play. It's hard. Okay, so I fucked it up and I couldn't actually put together what the deck was supposed to do, which actually conceptually was a cool idea. Infinitely cooler than Exo-Sister with food puns.
Into playing one copy of Cucumber Horse and plants? I don't know what it is with EU and the plant deck, Jess.
I don't know what it, like, do people think that, like, numerically is, like, what the challenge is based off of? Because I noticed, like, some people were talking, it's like, oh, you only played one one fruit card or something. It's like, well, yeah, if you design a combo that every single hand gets to that fruit, like, that's kind of the point, right? Like, theoretically, if I was to pull off that Cucumber Horse combo, that doesn't make it any less of a cool deck, I suppose, right? Because I don't know, I just think, like, having this arbitrary numerical requirement doesn't really make sense, because depending on which judge you ask, they'll give you a different answer. So
I swear to God, if you're watching this, this is not going to incorporate a DM. Not only was I expecting more, I also just Cucumber Horse. Cucumber Horse. Cucumber Horse.
Cucumber Horse is
Chefs,
cool.
Thank you so much for your delicious meals.
Hey, what the hell? Cucumber Horse is cool.
I loved seeing what you guys could come up with, and I'm super excited to see what you cook in the future. Maybe with less simple ingredients, might be a little bit simpler to follow. Bye-bye.
Yeah, weird. Like, yeah, crazy, you know? Guys, fruit. Yep. Okay, alright. Pop the baby Cerosaurus. Haha, hey Nadir, I thought this might cheer you up after what you just watched. Ha 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 ha! That's really funny coming from the guy who thought Gay Woman and Tomato was a good deck. Woohoo! Pop the Baby is infinitely funnier than Gay Woman and Plants. Like, what? I need an episode where Farfa's the judge. He can even still play, but I'm dying to see what he's looking for. Me judging will just be a dire response. All the chefs are garbage. They suck. I'm just as bad as well. But, like, to suggest that I'm very much ahead of my shitness in terms of these three is crazy. All right, these guys suck at this. This is all of this is bad. Farfa given an ingredient in his final dish is him handing the ingredient back to the judge. Funny comment, not true, not what happened, but okay. Am I hearing that all this setup and complaining actually doesn't do anything? Prompt, fruit. MBT gauge Farfa. I'm thinking Naturia immediately. Doug, tomat. Farfa, Joseph is just ending on this one card that has a lot of fruit. Also, Farfa doesn't even get to the one fruit card he built the deck around. My card was an actual fruit. Joseph's was a picture of a fruit. You need to understand what Joseph's prompt was. His prompt, his interpretation of this was showing a picture of fruit, okay? Imagine you go to a restaurant and you order a steak and the waiter comes out with a picture of the steak. That's what Joseph did. Shut up. Like, what do you mean? Your card is also a picture. My card is a literal fruit, okay? His is a Melfi's. They're not nothing to do with fruit. Other than the fact that the species eats fruit, I guess. Well, by that logic, I could just play anything. I could have brought Cyberdragon and be like, yeah, well, shit, you know, he's a healthy guy. He eats his 5 a day, you know? What do you mean? I see the Golden Lord, I'm bouncing on it. That was good. Farfa, the week 1 prompt wasn't food. This week's prompt was fruit. So, here's the difference. Week 1 is a unique case because it was the first inaugural pilot episode of the series called Chef. So naturally, that chef aspect of cooking naturally is going to feed itself into the deck building, which is why my week 1 deck had a lot of food-related puns. Wasn't very funny or clever, but we've just come full circle, and that's what we're doing. We're just doing puns and pictures of fruit with constructed decks and calling it a day. Crazy. Honest, super interesting, clearly. There are no beast Naturia, says Doug. Had he just said there are no Naturia beasts, he might have realized what was going on. I love the editor shredding Joseph's words at 21 to make him say the opposite for no reason. That was good. Classic Dyer. I think Joseph should win this episode by default. No one is fruitier than him. Does Farfa not understand the reason his food joke in week 1 were bad is because the prompt was magician? I already explained this. Swolax doing a parody of the binging with Babish intro was so good. I don't know what that means. Farfa complaining during that whole first round, followed by scooping after discarding the wrong card and not even ending on a fruit is why this series is peak. This is funny. This is true. It's great because I misplayed the combo. I fucked up. I didn't deserve anywhere above 4th for this. I admit that. True. But everyone that's out here pogging over Exosister with tomato is insane to me, okay? Like, this should have been like a joint 4th. This series is incredible. At this point, I'm not even watching the duels. I'm here for you arguing with each other for 40 minutes. First sweep. That's neat. Farfa will be molding. Hi, Farfa. Sorry about the last place, but let's be real. This was like the Kaiju week all over again. You only had 1 fruit. I don't understand. Again, I don't get why the number is relevant. Whether your deck has 30 fruits or 1 fruit, if the whole game plan is to do that fruit thing, I suppose that's what counts. But different judge will give you a different answer. Same with the Kaiju thing. Guaranteed, depending on who you ask, that anti-Kaiju deck was also very cool in principle. Farfa messes up his own combo. Farfa, oh great deck, Doug, very cool. You know what? I should be on the comfort pick. I should just play BA with fruit, and then that would have been it. Yeah, because we love our cucumbers in the Burning Abyss, you know? There's lots of strawberries and raspberries and stuff, you know? Can't believe Doug has become my favorite contestant. I always love anyone who responds to nonsense with righteous indignation. That's Doug. Some things never change. The sun rises in the east and Farfa gets another episode of Chef to rage about. 2010 would watch again. Watching the contestants wiggle and struggle while deck building is what make this series work well. I'm not sure what's funnier, 2 people showing up with decks that are just gay or the fact that neither of them were Joseph. Explain. Why doesn't this have a million... That's the joke. This is the creative level that Master Chef is at. This is why this series is garbage. This is the all of us suck. All of us. We're all dumb and bad and can't like make cool decks. Because that's the premise of the entire episode was, what if prompt but gay, home of the sex? The fact Farfa's chat caused him to get 4th is ironic. Next time I hope he puts his chat in emote and cooks what he wants. Congratulations, you played yourself. Yep. I should have done the pumpkin. I'm shocked the series is still going. Dude, the only reason I haven't quit is because I would feel bad for Joseph, who needs me on this show, because this little crashing out mental breakdown I have is great entertaining content for you fucking masochists, sadists. Okay? That's what I would just feel bad. I fucking hate this show. I don't like it. Being here is misery. Okay, let's see the next episode where I got 4th. Can we go for 2? Can we go 2 for 2?
Well done, chefs. It is now time for the most important and serious part of this series.
Living like a true, man. If I was single, this is nothing on the wall, undone bed, 1 exercise. This is how we live. This is how we live. This is a classic Yu-Gi-Oh player. This is so me. I relate. I'm jealous.
The judge voting. As we all know, the winner of each episode receives $1 million, which is why the contestants and all their viewers are always so competitive.
Nice.
Normally, these rulings go from last to
I'll take
first,
$1 million
but
gold
I think
on Twisting Nether
it'll be
EU,
more
please.
suspenseful to go from first to last. Starting off in first place, Doug. What can I say other than...
Wait, why are we going first to last? Doesn't that get rid of all of the hype? Okay, sure. What is this? Doug's 9 out of 10th first place finish? Awesome.
absolute perfection? The chicken nuggets,
Doug's deck was peak. No complaints from me. It was good.
the sloppy, greasy gradles, the Red Bull combo.
He said, wait, hold on. Wait, is this fourth or first?
To last. Starting off last to first, but I think viewers are always so competitive. Normally, these rulings go from last to first, but I think this time around it will be more suspenseful to go from first to last. Starting off in first place, Doug.
What? It is first. What are you saying?
What can I say other than
Why did we do this?
perfection?
What was the
chicken
why did we
nuggets,
do that?
The sloppy, greasy gradles, the Red Bull combo. You went absolutely beast mode when you surrendered to Gage. You understood
Red Bull was
the
crazy.
spirit of the ingredient better than everyone. You truly won the hearts and minds this episode. Next up, in second place, and this might come as a shock to some people, I'm
It's only a shock if it's me.
putting Farfa. Seeing your deck caused me to have a Ratatouille style
Not
flashback.
last!
Have you ever been home alone
Not
that night? You don't
last!
have anything to use
Not
to make a real
last!
meal. You
Not
don't feel like going out
last!
or getting delivery. So you just
I don't.
grab
Honestly, losing to Doug, I'll take it. I'll take it. I only have one goal, and that's to beat MBT, sometimes Gage, depending on how constructed with pun he wants to be. That's my only goal, my only directive is to achieve that. All right, well, what are we saying?
Seeing your deck caused me to have a Ratatouille-style flashback. Have you ever been home alone that night? You don't have anything to use to make a real meal, and you don't feel like going out or getting delivery, so you just grab a bag of chips or a box of cereal, and you just eat it by the handfuls. That's
a crazy way to describe my deck, but you know what? I'll take it. My deck really is just a bag of leftover cereal.
Deck reminded me of. If that's not slop, I don't know what is. So
that's the point. That's like, I feel like that was like the spirit of what I was trying to do. Just stuff, just slop, you know? So I'm pretty happy with it.
Congratulations on second place and your 2 points. Then
woo! I'm joint first? Wait, I won the episode, right? Because the tiebreaker is the duels, right? Is it the judge? Fuck, no, Doug won actually. I think. Didn't we decide this? I'm sure we said if there's a tiebreaker, it goes to the judge. And because he ranked him higher than me, Doug wins. It's joint. This is millennial bullshit. There's no joint victory, okay? Doug wins. As far as I'm concerned, Doug's the winner.
In third, and it pains me to say this, Gage Nidman, you followed the process.
He's last! He's fourth! Synchro fucking Cracker has been non-fusion synchroed area. He's been debarriered. No synchros in this episode. I'm so happy.
You instantly latched on to the idea
last
of no
BT!
greens, no
last BT! Fourth BT!
But your deck just felt like it was lacking real flavor. The others also kind of got that idea, but they also elevated it.
I don't understand Gage's deck. What was the joke? What is the slop in this? Gears and grease and oil and engines cause machine? It's no greens, right? No spells. So we played Super Heavy Samurai, I think, is the joke. Right? That's a stretch, man. That's a stretch. But then again, last week, the first place deck was lesbians and tomatoes. So who fucking knows what the bar is? You know? Anything can win.
And did something new. Yours was just missing that oomph. You were cooking with seed oils when I was looking for beef tallow. And for that, I have to only give you 1 point. And then lastly, Joseph. I was willing to give you a pass on Rexstrom. I thought...
These people, what was the Dynamorphia bit? Hold on, let me just try and just think it through, because I generally don't remember. Let me try and see what the relation is to slop. Dynamorphia's relation to slop and grease and stuff. Well, Dinomorphia, the deck that pays half its life point to summon a floodgate. What does that have to do with slop? Because it's a floodgate? The Dino Nuggets. This is a reach, right? This is just a reach. This is just, there's nothing here.
I thought next to Doug, you were the one person who really understood and elevated the prompt. You had Dino Nuggets, you had macaroni, and you even had your own spin on the Red Bull combo.
It's not macaroni! What? Oh my god, dude, someone needs to show an American something that isn't a burger. Can I blow your minds, American? This is not macaroni. It's called a macron. Okay? Please. You need to eat something that isn't fucking deep fried Coca-Cola. Alright? This is a macaron. Okay? It's a French dessert. It's like a little pastry type of thing. It's delicious. It's nice and sweet. Melts in your mouth. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is macaroni. It's a different thing. That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing, Americans. That's a burger. This is burger fillings. Yeah. Oh my god. Even the judge is calling it like a macaroni. There's no macaroni here. It's a macron. It's a different. C'est un macron. C'est un dessert. C'est bien. Il est trop sucre. Colonialism. Okay?
Combo. You did it a different way that I thought was great. But I had one rule in my instructions. I didn't want to see any vegetables. And you still somehow put 2 different plant monsters in your deck.
That's insane. That's insane. Look, he's like, look. There's lone fire. Why is there a lone fire here?
any vegetables. And you still somehow put 2 different plant monsters in your deck.
He's so
I'm
smart.
afraid that I not only have to give you 4th place, I have to disqualify you from the competition. Better
Oh.
luck next time. And with that,
He's not even allowed in the building. He's been sent out for cigarettes. Let's go. Finally, a good episode of Chef. Oh my god. Yes. DBT, DQBT, DQ, disqualify BT, 0 BT, out BT, extradited BT. Potato is a vegetable and he played Mystic Potato for some reason. It's Americans, you know.
I believe that means that
Potato isn't a vegetable. You can put potatoes in burgers, okay? It's not a vegetable.
today's joint winners are Farfa and Doug. Congratulations, you're one.
Okay, we need to establish a baseline because I'm 90% sure what we should do is make it so that if there's, because this is going to happen regularly where someone wins a game and like ends up drawing with someone else because of a judge vote. Like I don't think that there should be a tiebreaker in my opinion. And in my opinion, the tiebreaker should be the judge vote, right? So that's where I think that there should be. I know you didn't like the prompt, but I thought it went great. You all got the theme, you all made different decks, and you had some pretty good games. Dude, my best game wasn't even in the duels. If for any of you who missed out, we took this deck into ranked because we were done in like 5 minutes because I just didn't know what to do. I beat Tenpai. I beat a Tenpai player. It was so funny. Like, this deck was hilarious.
$1 million check is in the mail. Good night, everybody.
Okay, well, Doug is now a millionaire. Let's go. Who cares? Shut up! A chicken that was raised for the express purpose of nuggets would go hard as a vanilla flavor text. Dystopian, am I right? Wow, it actually made it past episode 10. Yeah, I'm really disappointed I'm still fucking here. The judge and his reasoning for awarding points was perfection. Yeah, finally, a competent judge. You went absolutely beast mode when you surrendered to Gage, sent me. Doug describing every card as a chicken all episode brings me inexplicable joy. CJ proving he's a genius here by understanding we all weren't waiting to see who won, but who got last. wait, hold on. Wait, I think he's right. Wait, maybe this is the best way to do Chef. Most people actually don't care about, like, we're actually here to see who's last, not who's first. This is so true. Letting CJ on as a judge is recession indicator. CJ gets the prize for most unreasonable prompt that ended with the best type of decks and all of them were unique. DZ smile as he's about to ruin Gage's whole plan. It's fun seeing everyone's different understanding. MBT going for the off-maligned food pun. Yeah, food puns are so funny, guys. Haha, keep it up. Farfa and Gage going all in on the slop aspect, and Doug just being a miserly 90s sports team owner and trying to avoid having to spend 1 red cent more than absolutely necessary. I love the Farfa crying series. That's not what it's called. It's called Macedo Masterchef. Shut the fuck up. Doug was hovering surrender for a solid 2 minutes that game against Gage, waiting for when it would be the funniest moment. Loved it on stream. Oh, wait, that was so good. That was actually so funny. Doug just canceled Gage's stream by surrendering. This is my favorite series on this channel. It's like seeing everybody get salty over the dumbest shit. I think this was the best prompt we've had. It's open-ended. It could be interpreted in different ways, which means they all built radically different decks. And CJ judged accordingly, accepting each interpretation, except Joseph, who ran plants in the no veggies, only slop week. I loved Farfa's take on this. If decks are a meal, engines are the veggies. They exist, you can get the cool stuff. He skipped that and just played junk food that was immediately satisfying when you play it. Really deep on the metaphor here. Fair enough, I guess. I appreciate it, you know? Why is the comment praising Farfa so low on the number scale, huh? Why is the only pro Farfa comment only at 45 likes? No plants, MBT, Lone Fire Blossom, plant. He's gonna force Alex to eat his greens. Farfa should get an extra point because he was also actually unhealthy during the recording. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. When I saw MBT's list, I was like the one scene of Walter White in the car. Joseph, he said no plants. The best part is that the burgers are greasy, but the burger archetype is fine dining. The Gage cut gets me every time from, is that just calcium, straight to he said he wants slop. I don't know how, but CJ somehow had a sensible judging, even with a prompt that seemed bad, but ended up kind of okay. This might have been the second best episode next to Black Salvo. Everyone came up with different ideas of slop. Best one so far, each player had a different dynamic, and it felt like the series has its own personality. Looking forward to the next one. What do you mean the series has its own personality? The series personality is pure unfettered rage. Like, are you kidding me? All right, let's do some memes. But there's a GCD meme, so you know it's going to be a good one. All right, chef memes. The picky eater taste test. 1 point for every food you will not eat. Would you eat Lone Fire Blossom? Joseph would. Ghost beef, mystic tomato, the Dynamorphias. See, the problem is that if you say yes to Dynamorphia, you need to understand that you are eating not just Kentragina, which is obviously what all of you are here for, but Rexterm? Sujips, Madolce, Nouvelle, Sloshy, Marsh Macron. My favorite American dish, the Marsh Macron. God, I love... What did he say? Did they say it was macaroni? Yeah, macaroni and cheese, yeah. Naturia cherries, beans, tomato, pumpkin, pineapple, eggplant, strawberry. Is that every Naturia Monster main deck card? Banger. Thank you, GCD. I love Wheel. Can we get DZ to get this shirt? Ooh, this is a good one. Would you guys buy this? Someone needs to tell DZ that this has to be merch immediately. I'd buy that. For last week, any LGBTQ plus relationship. Are they fruits? Haha. Exo-sister gay. Give me first place, judge. Fucking hell, dude. Fucking hell. This is the worst day of my life. Wait, what's this? I've become a new man during my XL. Please unban me. What have you done? This is the worst day of my life. Timeout 3 days, 4 hours. The worst day of your life so far. Well, maybe if you weren't such an asshole. I can't believe you made a Simpsons. But Simpsons meme thought you would get you back here. That's crazy. Me when MBT is 4th. Woo! This is me when I'm 3rd. Like, honestly. Like, as long as MBT is behind me. Slapping ass. Like, woo! Insane the guy sitting behind a Rexterm on 700 Life was being like, how dare someone bring such a lame and unintuitive strategy to this week's episode. I agree, Joseph deserved to get last. He used a cool setup to get a lame board, which amounts to a lame deck. Exactly. Holy shit, we got a high effort edit here. What is this? Ah, DMCA, 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 DMCA. Okay, put that song in your head. This is beautiful. Survive. Crashing out. Gotta hit rock bottom. Hey, fuck you. Ah, screw you. I'm not rock bottom. I got 2nd this week or something. Macaroni. Chad, is this a McDonald's Happy Meal? I am American. Horse refuses to give birth. When the vet sees the ultrasound, he calls the police. Okay, now we're... This is why the filter function is really good on Twitter, right? Because then it lets you sort by most liked. So now we have to go through whatever the hell these people are posting. Average Farfa viewer, I guess. Gage right-clicking at MetaDex card every single week and thinks he's cooking something. This is not how the speech bubble meme works. What are you doing? What are you doing? Farfa when MBT is last place. Wait, did he actually say something racist? You know what? I probably, just in case... Hold on, I swear I thought I heard a slur there. And I started clapping. That wasn't a good look. Sorry, we're moving on. For legal reasons, I didn't hear what he said. I have no clue. I'm moving on. Me looking all of the wonky quartet deck this week. This shit's so ass. Joint winner. Farfa. It's not joint. You know, I'll take, if you want me to be joint winner, I'll take joint winner. But as far as I'm concerned, Doug wins based on the tiebreaker. Okay? Like, this joint winner. Like, what is this? Like a 7-year-old's millennial fucking gym class? Like, you're all winners today. No, that's not how that works. Okay? There are people who are better than you at some things, and you are worse than some other people at some things. Okay? That's life. That's a tough lesson you have to accept in reality in this world. Okay? God. Snowflakes, etc. Me. Farfa doesn't place first. Valid. Also me. MBT places last. Also valid. MBT every time he cooks.
Easy. You're not gonna get it started out.
Huh? He's angry when he cooks? Alright, now we're just reaching Master Duel meta level of Reddit memes. Like, we're just putting, like, GIF with text, and somehow that works. Out of all of the chicken jockey reactions, this one's crazy. The whole audience when MBT goes forth. Bro, going to the movies in America seems like the most insufferable shit ever. Because there's already enough people who think they're comedians in Glasgow, of all places, who are, like, talking through things and cheering and clapping. It's like, bro, I go to a movie because I want to, like, sit and watch the movie, you know? Like, Jesus Christ. And someone has to tidy that, by the way. Good Lord. Is this, like, a normal thing in American movie theaters? Like, is this, like, a natural, like, usual thing? Maybe not to this extreme. But are there people in American movies who are just, like, cheering at things, making audible jokes, like, halfway through the film? Like, is that normal? Is that, like, a regular thing? Do they sell macaroni? Yeah, do they have chicken burgers? Only for humongous premieres? Like, I can imagine even just seeing something like Infinity War or Endgame in an American movie was probably miserable, right? Like, a midnight showing of, like, a Star Wars film is probably awful. Like, the reveal of Luke Skywalker on episode 2 or something, or at the end of episode 1, whatever, episode 7, 8, whatever it was technically. I can imagine that was awful, right? It was probably just a bunch of people, like, screaming and going crazy, right? That just sounds, like, miserable. This is not normal. Only Minecraft movie has this. Even Marvel movies aren't remotely like this. If people talk in my movie, I complain. It's so rude to make noises in theaters. Dude, I went to the movies once, and this woman was sitting in my chair. Like, our chair. And I was like, hey, I think you're in our chair. And then she was like, oh, well, someone took my chair, so I need to sit here because my chair's taken. And I just looked at her, and I was like, that's not my fucking problem. Like, that's not my fucking problem. You know, like, she genuinely justified in her mind that she deserved to take our seat because someone else took her seat. I was like, bro, like, this isn't like that Middle Eastern country in that place that, you know, that you can just take things. That's not how that works here, okay? Like, you can't just take someone's, you can't do that. So thankfully, it was, like, not that much of a busy movie theater. So we just sat someone else and actually just had better seats because the movie had already started. So I was like, well, these are empty. I guess we'll just sit here, and it was fine. But it was just, like, the craziest thing ever. It was just like, how does your brain, like, logically jump to that conclusion? Well, this thing didn't happen to me. This thing happened to me, so I deserve this seat because yours is like, what? Huh? Kalia Rangers fan? I wouldn't be surprised. If you do like this play, you would win episode.
Let me know. Do you love the way I do it? Way I damn I didn't. And do you love the way?
Sorry, did you recreate the chef episode just to show Typhon punching Therizia?
Do you love the way I do it? Way I.
Also, question, how is Typhon allowed to bounce Rexterm? I don't understand, by the way, because Rexterm is continuously applied. It's not an activated effect. Is it negated or something? So, yeah, but okay, I guess it must have been negated somehow. MBT, no vegetables. MBT puts vegetables. It's all Farfa's fault. Oh my god. Okay, Farfa, when will you dress up as a femboy? Jesus Christ. We finally had a fair judge that proved that MBT is ass. Holy shit. Wow, okay. Slightly, get behind me, lesbians. I'll protect you. What is this episode, man? Got rewarded for this. Berserk Gorilla. If this card isn't face-up defense, destroy this. This card must... Oh, it's just the text of Berserk Gorilla. Ooh, ah. Peter. Is this just going to be porn? Close enough. May contain offensive content. The rat. La rata. Okay. Well, everyone, thank you for crashing out with me. This has been another week, an episode of the Duel Master Chef. I noticed that I enjoyed this one a little bit more after the first half. So I think I noticed, like, when I do well, it's fun. So what we need to do to keep this up and make this series good and enjoyable and fun is we need to keep winning. So as long as we win, this will be good, I think. Yeah, no, this is I see it. I see the vision. Okay, just keep winning and we'll keep it up. All right, see you in the next one next week.